Andalusia is the one region in Spain that keeps drawing visitors back time and again. Yet most tourists only see 3 of these 12 incredible places. Throughout my journey across this captivating corner of Spain, I've uncovered extraordinary experiences that showcase Andalusia's incredible diversity. I'm excited to take you through unforgettable places that make this Spain's most diverse destination. At number 12, we have Zahara de la Sierra. Imagine a village suspended between sky and water, perched dramatically on a mountainside above the turquoise Zahara El Gastor reservoir. For centuries, Zahara remained one of the most formidable Moorish strongholds in Andalusia. Its strategic mountain position created a natural fortress that proved nearly unconquerable until 1483, marking a critical moment in the Reconquista. As evening arrived, I climbed Zahara's narrow, winding streets. Each turn revealed brilliant white buildings glowing against the azure waters below. I finally made it to the remnants of a 13th century Moorish castle crowning the hilltop, where the view stretched across the shimmering reservoir. At number 11, we have Cadiz, a city that was already ancient when Rome was young. Walking the streets reveals 3,000 years of history, since Phoenician sailors established this port in 1100 BC. The city stretches across a narrow peninsula almost surrounded by water, creating a maritime character unlike anywhere else in Andalusia. As I wander through the old quarter, elegant watchtowers rise above the rooftops, silent sentinels from when merchants would scan the horizon for ships returning with New World treasures. This heritage has shaped Cadiz's unique carnival, a celebration distinctly focused on humor and laughter. For 10 days, the city transforms with performers filling the ancient streets with an infectious joy you can't help but embrace. At number 10, we have Arcos de la Frontera. This town clings dramatically to the edge of a massive limestone ridge, where steep drops into the valley below create a constant sense of breathtaking exposure. I navigated through a maze of narrow cobblestone streets, each turn revealing whitewashed houses perched impossibly along the cliff face. These pathways, too narrow for cars, wind upward toward the Gothic Mudéjar Basilica of Santa Maria, a testament to the town's rich architectural heritage. Plaza del Cabildo provides spectacular views that medieval defenders once relied on for security but now attract visitors seeking that perfect photograph. At number 9, I find myself in Ronda. Standing before the massive El Tajo gorge that plunges 150 meters deep, I'm witnessing what happens when geography becomes destiny. Crossing the magnificent Puente Nuevo, I marvel at this stone arch masterpiece that took craftsmen 34 years to complete after construction began in 1751. From the central arch, the views reveal why Ronda remained virtually unconquerable during the Reconquista. This natural fortress later attracted bandits like José María el Tempranillo, a Spanish Robin Hood who robbed wealthy travelers and distributed the spoils to the poor. Just steps away stands the Plaza de Toros, Spain's oldest bullring built in 1785 and birthplace of modern bullfighting. Here, legendary Pedro Romero transformed this controversial tradition from brutal spectacle into what many consider a respected art form. At number 8, we have Jerez de la Frontera. Walking through Jerez, I'm amazed by how this city has become the beating heart of 3 distinct Spanish traditions: fortified sherry, equestrian art, and flamenco. Inside historic bodegas, I stand amid wine cathedrals, vast airy spaces where amber sherry age in oak barrels, filling the air with rich, nutty aromas that whisper of centuries past. Just streets away, the majestic Pura Raza Española horses, with their distinctive arched necks, perform equine ballet at the Royal Andalusian School. Then comes the soul-stirring experience of authentic flamenco, with Jerez's distinctive bullerias building from gentle taps to thunderous, passionate rhythms. At number 7, we have the Sierra Nevada and Alpujarras region. Standing at the summit of Mulhacén, mainland Spain's highest peak at 3,479 meters, I'm surrounded by a landscape of breathtaking contrasts. This is the heart of Sierra Nevada National Park. Descending the southern slopes, I discover the Alpujarras villages clinging to mountainsides like natural staircases. These settlements form a living museum of Berber influence with their distinctive flat-roofed, cubic houses arranged in cascading terraces. The engineering genius extends to ancient Moorish irrigation systems that channels snowmelt through acequias, transforming what should be inhospitable terrain into productive farmland. At number 6, we find Malaga, a city most travelers have only experienced through its airport arrivals hall. The 10th century Alcazaba rises above me, its weathered fortifications standing in stark contrast to the modern artistic renaissance unfolding below. I once thought Malaga was merely a gateway to coastal resorts, but its compact walkable center reveals a different story. Within this historic core, Malaga has assembled an impressive collection of museums. The Picasso Museum, housed in a 16th century Andalusian palace, celebrates the city's famous sun. Nearby stands El Cubo, home to Centre Pompidou Malaga, while the Carmen Thyssen Museum adds another dimension with Andalusian art. At number 5, I went to the Doñana National Park, one of Europe's most significant wetland ecosystems. As I wander through this UNESCO site, marshes gradually give way to towering dunes, while scrubland transitions into dense pine forests. I pause at the edge of the wetlands, mesmerized by the calls and colors of over 300 bird species filling the landscape. The endangered Spanish imperial eagle circles above, as greater flamingos delicately wade through shallow waters. These wetlands become truly spectacular during migration seasons when 500,000 birds gather in formation. This sanctuary remains one of the final strongholds for the critically endangered Iberian lynx. With only about 250 individuals remaining, catching even a glimpse of this elusive feline would be the wildlife equivalent of spotting a unicorn. At number 4, I've arrived at Setenil de las Bodegas. Unlike towns built on hillsides or mountains, the residents carved their dwellings directly into massive limestone overhangs along the Rio Trijo Gorge. Walking through the cave streets is a surreal experience. Cool limestone hangs overhead as shadows dance across ancient pathways. Entire streets run beneath these enormous rock formations, with buildings seamlessly integrated into the natural stone above, creating a landscape where homes appear to emerge from the earth itself. The name Setenil de las Bodegas hints at a practical advantage of these structures. Bodegas refers to wine cellars that thrived in these naturally climate-controlled limestone caves. At number 3 on our list, I've arrived in Cordoba. Medieval Cordoba was the intellectual heart of Europe during a time when most of the continent struggled through the Dark Ages. The Mesquita Cathedral, often described as a meditation in stone, surrounds me with a forest of over 850 columns supporting distinctive red and white striped horseshoe arches that seem to extend infinitely. What makes this place truly extraordinary is how a 16th century Renaissance cathedral rises directly from this 8th century mosque center, creating a structure unlike anything else on Earth. The narrow streets open into hidden residential courtyards, the famous patios of Cordoba, where cascades of potted flowers transform homes into living gardens. During May's Patio Festival, residents proudly share these normally private spaces, continuing a tradition recognized by UNESCO as part of our global cultural heritage. I've arrived at number 2 on our list, Seville, Andalusia's captivating capital. Looking up at La Giralda, a 105-meter minaret transformed into a bell tower, I'm struck by how Seville preserved history. The world's largest Gothic cathedral rises before me, built atop a former mosque, housing an altarpiece that demanded 82 years of craftsmanship, and Columbus's tomb. Cross the Guadalquivir to Triana, where flamenco's soul was forged among ceramic workshops, or lose yourself in Santa Cruz's labyrinthine streets, each turn revealing hidden plazas and time-honored tapas bars. In April, Seville transforms completely during Feria. 1,000 striped tents emerge like a parallel universe where elaborately dressed Sevillanas parade alongside elite horsemen, beginning with a massive fish feast and culminating in spectacular riverside fireworks. At number 1, we have Granada. The Alhambra stands as a masterpiece created by a civilization that sensed its approaching end. Its architects used hydraulic engineering to manifest paradise on Earth, water flowing through calculated channels, making reflecting pools appear infinitely deep. The Lion Fountain patio exemplifies the mathematical precision found throughout the complex. From the General Life Palace to the Alcazaba Fortress, each element serves both practical and aesthetic purposes. Gardens follow strict mathematical principles, creating paradise amid harsh mountain surroundings. Across the valley, the Albayacin quarter reveals narrow streets and hidden carmens, houses with gardens overlooking the Alhambra. When sunset comes, I'm deeply moved as the red fortress glows against the Sierra Nevada, a brilliant civilization's final artistic statement before vanishing from Europe. As I've seen throughout my journey, Andalusia is a land of extraordinary contrasts. Whether you're seeking ancient history, natural wonders, architectural marvels, or living traditions, Andalusia delivers experiences that will transform how you think about Spain. If you've enjoyed this insider's look at Andalusia, subscribe now for more authentic travel insights that will help you experience the world's most fascinating destinations.